Now let him know at his comment about us worrying too much, coming from him, the master of worry. Also good to know that the inside of your computer is, divided into areas. Oop. Seems like a thing that would drop a chip. So that's nifty. And what is on the upper... Oh, the upper path is the path we actually have to take. And of course, T turns it into a reference. Not everything's a reference, T. Cool. Probably won't need that with the save states, but you never know. Also... I'm not actually sure how to manage that. Okay, good night, Gandhi. I was really hoping that would drop chip, but again, oh well. Yeah, surely. Let's just double check. Nothing, and this one disappeared. Okay. And surprise computer birds. Not any better than the real type. Okay, you drop nothing, so I don't even care. Although I do wonder... I have no idea if the drops are on timers, or if they are fixed per enemy. Let's see if it makes a difference. Nope. Okay. Can we take out these little things? Don't think we can. Or can we? Oh well. Probably not on that. Oh, this is effective. I'm really curious what the Japanese original of this game was, or if there even was a Japanese original. If the story would make any more sense than computers and Kabuki and such sort like that. And looking into it, yeah, the Japanese title has to do with hell, so I dare say that the original had nothing to do with computers. And was just, you know, an actual Kabuki thing with, a Kabuki fighter going into hell, presumably. Somebody check the cutting room floor, because either the cutting room floor or Hardcore Gaming 101 likely has an article on this, and tells all about the Japanese original. And I would imagine that it is probably a more cohesive story, since we basically just got a bunch of, completely unconnected nonsense, essentially. Let's see what this one looks like. Very effective. Let's see. Primary difference is that it's actually a bizarre tie-in. The 1990 Japanese fantasy movie Zaipang. The main character is a samurai named Jigoku Gokuraku Maru, which is the name of the game in Japanese. Let's see. The main character of the Japanese game is a 15-year-old boy, instead of an older American counterpart. The character is a descendant of the other one I mentioned. Okay, story differs in that it's about a futuristic city where everything is controlled by a computer. So without its support, the city ceases to function. There's also no mention of a nuclear threat. Whatever has been taken over has begun to revert everything back to a primitive state, including the futuristic city. Ultimately, this makes little difference, as Bobby is still plunged into the computer, although the device to digitize humans called a psi converter system. So it does have essentially the same story. That is interesting. The game also differs at the end a bit. Huh. Apparently in the Japanese one, the source of all the problems is a magatama in outer space. Okay. Alright, so apparently, either way, it's kind of bizarre and, really freaking weird. Also, I know it's just a character in a movie, but good job, whatever Japanese parents named your kid, Jigoku. That is literally their word for hell, so you've literally named your kid Hell. Nope, don't care about that. Cool. Oh no. That's not good. Scrolled that one off the screen. It's kind of really annoying how the physics of whatever you're walking on, so ice physics or conveyor belt physics, maintain until you land on something else. So jumping doesn't get you away from the physics of whatever it is you're standing on. Oh no. There we go. Oh. Don't know how I avoided the damage on that, but I was gonna have to definitely take the damage, but we're good, somehow. The director of the movie's iPang went on to write the game Seven Blades for PS2, which was developed and published by Konami. The game is a sequel of sorts, continuing the adventure of the main two characters from the movie, including Jigoku, Gokoraku, Maru, of course. Unfortunately, the game was not received very well and was only released in Japan and Europe. I wonder if they went on to go into any other computers together. catch up to that? No, we cannot. That's okay. The game definitely has some good, creative enemy design. I will definitely give it that. Did I mention this game is, kind of brutally difficult? Timing on all of these jumps is not easy. Of course, now we're gonna add more conveyor belts and more ice to things. Go. Definitely not gonna leave that spot without getting the chip. Yeah, we're actually at full chip power. Nifty. So I just noticed I could have taken the ceiling handholds across, but that's okay. What are we aiming for? Oh, right. This one we have to hit the very top. When it opens, of course. And of course, it has a terrible arc, which makes it next to impossible to hit with the dynamite. Alright, so... Okay, 2 more hits. Thought I was doing at least 2 per... Okay. So it's 3 more hits instead, but that's fine. There. Is there anything we can do? No, but maybe there's something we can do. Okay, final stage. It's a lovely thing to be greeted with at the start of a stage. Kind of an annoying way to start the stage, since it's not really that difficult or interesting, it's just kind of eh. Eh? Did I... Okay. That is... Thought I was supposed to go up and over it, but nope. Alright, so what am I aiming at now? Oh! See. most interesting. So it looks like you can only hit it when it is charging one of those attacks, so very dangerous. Trying to save my chip power for the final battle, which I'm assuming will be the giant head thing there. There. Then again, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so I saved all my chip power thinking there was another form. There in fact was not. And somehow he survived that. So yeah, this story is happy end. Yep. They almost conquered the universe, but because we destroyed one satellite and, you know, cleared out the computer banks of one city, their universe-spanning terror spree was ended. So yeah, that is, the entirety of Kabuki Quantum Fighter. Ridiculously difficult, but, you know, still pretty fun game. There we go. Well, that will be all for that, I don't think. Oh, no, there is. And yeah, that next adventure is on PS2, as was previously mentioned. Though, I'm sure they expected it to be much sooner than that, but that's how it goes sometimes. So this doesn't seem to be a sound test, so much as it is a music test. You can just cycle through the music of the game, so that's a pretty nifty little end-of-game feature that was not in a lot of NES games. But, be that as it may. Totally done here.